Morning, everyone. Special live Sunday edition of the Dos Leprechauns podcast. I'm Jason.
Nate. Nate,
Thanks
that's my
for
name.
thanks for the introduction.
Yeah.
Right on cue there.
Yeah,
That was
my bad.
really slick.
My bad.
All right, so decision day is here. The Irish, Miami, Alabama, I guess BYU. In that final spot, is it going to be Duke? Is it going to be Virginia, Tulane? Uh, they got so we're watching live with you guys. James Madison's in the picture. The college football playoff selection show on ESPN. We're going to be talking about it. Hopefully, celebrating together and not screaming because if they screw us somehow, I'm going to be really angry.
Yeah, me too.
So, but they've got a reporter for let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 different schools. Notre Dame amongst them. So, I don't know how long they're going to stretch this out. Hopefully, not too long because most of the guys actually. I like Booger's okay. Joey Galloway's annoying. Greg McElroy's very annoying. Reese Davis is a Notre Dame hater. So this should be interesting. But let's hear your thoughts. Where do you guys think we're going to end up? Are we going to make it in? Are they going to screw us? Is Bama going to make it in? Is Miami going to make it in? Who do you think will play? And how do you think we'll fare? Those are some of the things that we'll talk about before they actually get to the business here. So last night I posted that I believe the Irish will be in at 9. The AP poll was released just a little bit ago. The Irish are in at 9. Do you have your phone?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's where we're at right now. I would love to see a rematch with Miami, but at this point, I don't really care. Just let us in. Had a lot of people saying last night after the Ohio State and Indiana game that they think Notre Dame can beat either of those teams. I believe that we can. I still think Ohio State is very good. I think they just had an off night, and I think Indiana was just really charged up and fired up. Let's see, Alabama. Strength of opponent, strength of record 6. But the 3-loss thing for Alabama just it has to factor in. Not just that, but the fact that they got absolutely dog walked. No, well, tons of pun intended.
I think what you also have to look at is Alabama played the same amount of ranked teams as Notre Dame did.
Yeah,
I know SportsCenter and ESPN won't talk about that, but it's
yeah,
the truth.
they love Alabama. I mean, ESPN might as well be the Alabama SEC network. I mean, it's ridiculous. But and then not only did they get dog walked by Georgia yesterday, they have 3 losses. One of those losses to a really bad FSU team.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the early in the season, I think it was week 2, week 1, something like that. Here we go. It's got John Simmons. All I know is I want to throw up. I'm so nervous. I hope we don't get screwed. Go Irish, baby. Yeah, agreed, buddy. I think that I wish I could sit here and just feel like no problem. It's a shoe in, but as we've all discussed, um, Notre Dame didn't take care of business the first 2 games, and now we're kind of sitting here with these knuckleheads on the decision bet. Let's see, Catholic versus conferences. Catholic versus conf. He's on Twitter and Instagram. Really great follow. He went and he says Mike sounds good. Thanks, brother. But he went to the headquarters of the college football playoff committee discussion, folks, and left a nice note. It wasn't a bad note. So props to you, bro, Patrick. Great job. I love that you did that. Check him out on his page. He does a really good job. And see, this is a long one. Let's read it. Anthony G says, my gut tells me the committee will flip Indy to 9, Bama to 10. Indy and Miami no longer next to each other, so head-to-head convo is over. They keep Bama in and shut the noise down about championship games. Shouldn't hurt you. I think it should be Bama out because they have played poorly last 5 weeks, but this is what I think they will do. New precedent is to allow 3 loss team into the playoff. That's a good point. That's a really good point. I hope they don't. I hope Bama's punished for 3 losses plus a horrific loss to Georgia last night. I mean, really, really bad. They looked completely overmatched. And shoot, at this point, I'd love to play Bama. I think we'd roll the Tide.
Yeah, I think Georgia killed Alabama's spirits like early in the game.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of just showed how, vanilla that offense is. They only scored 7 points, and those 7 points were in the second half of the game. So
Can you turn it up just a tad, please? I want to hear what this knucklehead's saying. Bonnie Fargy says selection is starting so exciting. Watch it from Long Island, New York. Go Irish. Donnie Christensen says so damn nervous. I think that speaks for everybody. Tony Davey, go Irish. We got this. Joe McCann says go Irish. Patrick Wright says Irish would bring in more money, and isn't that the bottom line? Yeah, I mean, obviously Notre Dame and Bama are going to be the 2 big brands that they want to try to keep in here, I think. But Joe McCann says I have a nervous feeling. Well, we will possibly get screwed. never know. Like I said, first two games kind of put us in a situation where we're at the hands of the committee. But I still think it would be a travesty.
I told you this yesterday, but the conversation needs to be who's going to get that last spot between Alabama and Miami. It shouldn't be Notre Dame and Alabama or Notre Dame and Miami.
Yeah, agreed. Abraham Gallego says, "Go Irish." Sean Hagan says, "What's up, Nate Dogg?" And Jason, "What's up, buddy? How are you?" What do you think, Sean? I'd like to hear from you. Where do you have us at? So if you guys can just simply just state here where you think the Irish will come in at, if you think they'll come in. So 9 through 12, basically, because 11 and 12, obviously, we're not in. So let's say 8 through 12. Do you have us coming in 8 through 12? Just drop your single digit or double digit number in the comments here where you think we'll end up. Stacey York, Go Irish from Savannah, Georgia. I think, yeah, we got some family there. Dave Yoder, good morning, fellas. Go Irish. Go Irish. Geraldine Dausch says, "Go Irish." Patty's on board with the praying for the Irish. Kathleen Kiefer, everything went our way yesterday. I'm confident we are in. Yeah, agreed. I think I agree with you, Kathleen. I just don't know where. Uncle Sean Hagan says, "Stay at 9 is my prayer." Cody Mathis says, "Hopefully we hit that 9 spot." Abraham Gallegos, "Bama needs to get the Georgia treatment from 2023 and get eliminated." Yeah, I actually hope they don't set the precedence for the 3 losses in, because I just don't see a 3-loss team being deserving of a playoff bid.
Yeah.
My guess is Indy comes in at 9. That's from Patty. Griffin Anderson, "Did we make it?" They haven't dropped it yet. Griffin, they're still the talking heads. They got to pay their bills. Good morning, Go Irish from Fort Myers, number 9. That's from Amanda Stearns. Gary Bowd, number 9. Amber Sullivan, I think 9. Griffin, see, Anthony G. Saban forgot to put his makeup on. Oh my gosh. Yikes. Okay, well, that's interesting. Reese Davis just said that Notre Dame looks like a more well-oiled machine. That's a rare compliment. See, Rhonda Lee says, "Let's go Irish. Wish we would have just let us do a playoff game against Miami." Who knows? Maybe we'll still get that matchup. That would be, I said yesterday, the only thing I want for Christmas is a rematch against Miami, because I think we would destroy them.
Yeah.
Same with A&M.
I want either Miami, A&M, or Oklahoma in this first round.
Yeah.
Because
John David Harmon, "Can we please get that a-hole Herb Street off and get on with it?" Yeah, Saban looks really bad this morning, guys. He's wearing his red jacket to support Bama. That's literally his red Bama jacket. That's hilarious. The fact that they have him on, well, whatever. Jason Ildefonso, Indy might be out there picking Miami over Indy.
I don't think their input has much to do with the committee's decision. I think they're just trying to, create a storyline that Miami's going to roll with for the next year when they're not in.
Ken Berger says, "Go Irish, retired Marine." Thank you for your service, Ken. He says number 9 as well. Gene Hart says, "It's time for our Irish to shine and Bama to miss out. Go Irish." Yeah, that would be certainly be a change of philosophy. Let's see. Oh, man, he is really. Yeah, go ahead.
From Bradley Betch, drop conference championship games, expand the field, make this week the first round of the playoffs instead. Vandy, ND, UT, and the U would have played this week. I think that's a good idea.
That's a great idea. That'll never happen.
But I don't know. Vandy is kind of just not super deserving, in my opinion. They didn't look great this year. Pavia is fine, but they just look fine. They didn't look like a college football playoff team, in my opinion.
Mitchell Peters says Kirk sounds rough too. Yeah, everybody sounds like they stayed up drinking last night and woke up too late to put on their makeup, because none of them look especially healthy right now.
Kirk probably cried his eyes out after calling the Alabama crush.
Let's see. Abraham Gallegos, blood pressure through the roof right now. Yeah, I think that's speak for everybody there, bud. Dominic, our guest, to fear the Irish if they get in. Go Irish. Yeah, I think that's kind of a collective thought that the Irish are going to be a force to be reckoned with in the playoffs, no matter where they end up at. So Jen Latta, never even heard of her. She's covering the Irish. Chris Budden is in Miami. Dana Boyle at James Madison. Molly McGrath at Duke. And Marty Smith, who I can't stand, at Alabama. Let's see. Bama is out with 3 losses. That's from Al DiPola. I hope you're right, Al. We'll see. Just thought the same thing from Amber. Anthony G. Miami's new slogan. What does it say? Make unranked losses great again.
Make 4 losses great again.
Make 4 with a Muga. Make unranked losses great again. Mulga. We don't need conference championships. Regular season champs is enough. Start the playoffs. It is what matters. It's what matters. Exactly. I mean, I agree, but I don't think I think there's too much money still involved in the conference championships, and there's still the old guard that want to keep them. ESPN's coverage has been what we've all have come to expect over the years, and dog doo doo. Yep. Let's see. Sened Hayakatakam. I've been trolling ACC pages about the Duke win last night, telling their fans that Tulane is the real ACC champs because they beat Duke early in the season. Some of that Miami logic. That's good stuff. I like that. Yeah. No way they'll even be out. Do you think we are in for sure? That's from Todd Streeter. I mean,
I don't think anything's for sure.
Mylan Phillips says Indy out. Please give us your okay, so 2 losses by a combined 4 points. That's got to be considered. I mean, I understand it's against a mediocre Miami team, but yeah. Let's see, 10 straight wins, winning by 29.7 points per game over that span. So their wins are an average of 30 per game. Obviously, the Syracuse game had a lot to do with that, but still, almost 30 point per game margin in the last 10 wins. I don't care who you're playing. If you have that kind of consistency down the stretch, you deserve to be in the playoffs. Oh, cool. Look at Al. Al says, I have ESPN muted and listening to you, Jason and Nate. That's awesome. Love that. Thanks, Al. See, Mitchell, if they keep saying they shouldn't be penalized for playing in a championship game, then they shouldn't even play conference championship games. Good point. But Alabama lost to FSU, right? Yeah, Alabama lost pretty badly to FSU. I mean,
yeah, dominated the whole game.
Yeah.
They lost to Florida State and Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm. And then now Georgia
Yeah.
really, really badly,
Yeah.
which I don't know if you guys watched that game, but I had a chance to watch it after work last night, and it was like didn't seem super competitive at all. Even in the end, when Bama was driving to try to score again, it was just not happening.
And Missouri played Alabama really close, and Missouri was not great this year.
Al said he posted that 29.7 earlier this week. That's just an insane stat. I mean, 29.7 winning margin in 10 straight games over. Say what you want. Boise State, they won the Mountain West. That's got to be a feather in our cap. We have a win against the conference championship. I don't care which one it is. Pitt, who's not a bad team. SC, obviously the 63-point win over Syracuse. A Stanford team on the road that is better than people thought, although obviously it's Stanford, but better than people thought. And really we took our foot off the pedal late in the game. Pat says no, Patty McCormick. No one wants to see a team that was uncompetitive literally yesterday go to the playoffs. Literally yesterday is exactly right, Patty. Let's see. Nick Vancheri says these talking points give me a headache on the selection show. If Alabama lost, shouldn't that hurt them? I guess if they won, they shouldn't have moved up to the top 4 and gotten a bye. And how does Miami move ahead of Indy this week when both didn't play? It seems too obvious, but I've got a bad feeling about this. Yeah, in the words of Han Solo, sometimes I got a bad feeling about this, but I have a decent feeling about this. I'm not 100% sure how I feel, to be honest. I just think that it would be a blatant slap in the face to Notre Dame if they leave them out this year.
I think I'm more confident than I am worried.
Yeah. Who else has got that good of a loss? David Carson says that. And again, I think that, Miami got beat pretty handily by Louisville. I don't remember the score of the SMU game, but I think their loss margin is more than 4, which is what our loss margin is.
I'm sure it was like 11.
Was it
like
to SMU?
Well, it was combined 11, Miami and SMU. I mean, you know what I mean.
Is JMU coach leaving for UCLA?
Yeah, he's at UCLA.
Already?
Yeah.
Okay. Carlos Santiago, what's up, fellas? What's going on, Carlos? How are you today? Indy and Miami in, Alabama out. That's from Frank Cawley. Hope you're right. So here we go. College football selections principles: strength of schedule, head-to-head competition, comparative outcomes of common opponents without incentivizing margin of victory, unavailability of key players and coaches that may have affected past performance or likely will affect postseason performance. I don't like numbers 2 and 3 there because it almost seems like those are directed just at us. The comparative outcomes of I guess not, because common opponents, we were pretty close with Miami. Head-to-head competition, obviously, no way around it. Miami has the edge there. Unavailability of key players and coaches that may affect. There's really nobody for Notre Dame, especially that if we get some of these guys back. Miami, I don't think they have anybody major out. No coaching changes on either side, so that's pretty level playing field.
I think the Great House being back for the playoffs is going to be huge.
Is that official?
Yeah, Freeman said he'd be back for the playoffs.
Okay, good deal.
So that'd be pretty big.
So let's talk about that for a minute while they're yapping their mouths off with the AT&T logo probably displayed up top. Say if we got Schrouth, Billy Schrouth, possibly coming back. Jags, maybe he'll make a late playoff push. Gabe Rubio on the D line. Great House, like you mentioned. And who am I missing?
I
think that's it, actually.
Billy. Yeah, you said Billy, right?
Yeah, Billy Schrouth.
I think that's it.
See, Troy Meehan out of Miami, Indy, and Bama, who's the only one not to play an FCS school. Those are usually free wins. Miami is a 13.5-point favorite over Louisville, and I think 10.5 over SMU. If Bama is staying in, they need to drop at least a spot. That's a great point, Trey. Thank you.
The one name we're missing is Tate Johnson.
Tate. Well, he was only out for the Stanford game.
Yeah, but he'd return for playoffs.
Well, the unavailability of key players, we need a Great House. That's from Patrick Wright. I think Great House is going to be a go for the playoffs. God willing that we get in. Tate Johnson back to you. Yep, Patrick just mentioned that, and so did Nate. Sarah McClanahan, they want more SEC schools in so the SEC schools can win the championships. Well, you don't. Go ahead.
Ask the SEC schools how they did against Notre Dame last year in the playoffs.
Two of them. Well,
just
one.
But
let's see. John Bleeker says, question: if Miami jumps in D, why did the committee keep them at 9? Keep them at a 9 position and now 10, and Miami out till final day. What the heck? Yeah, that's the kind of stuff that doesn't make any sense.
They would jump. Let's see. They would jump BYU, and then they'd have to jump us. So that would be jumping 2 spots.
Yeah,
that would be ridiculous.
It would be. Again, it would be a complete screw job.
Yeah.
So they're showing the brackets right now.
I don't think they're going to announce it. They'll probably go to commercial.
Of course they're going to go. Yeah, they're going to go to commercial, pay some more bills. They're going to try to. I hope they don't. I'm assuming they're not going to try to go head to head with the NFL. I think that would be really
No.
Yeah. I will say, watching the replay of the Ohio State, Indiana's really good. I think they're better this year than they were last year, but I still cannot freaking stand Cignetti, man.
Yeah.
Just something about his face. Him and Dave both. It was just 2 punchable faces on the sidelines. Carlos Santiago, bro, love the bend hoodie. Thank you very much. Since they don't carry these practically anywhere, we had to get a friend of ours to make them for us. So, yeah, it's really comfortable.
It says exclusive reveal of final CFP rankings and 12-team bracket coming up
at 2:39
and 40 seconds.
Yeah, but then there's going to be, of course, okay, last minute thoughts here, guys. What do y'all think? And then Herbstreit, well, I'll keep it PG. If you want my true thoughts, shoot me a text. Let's see. Why are they saying a loss yesterday shouldn't matter? Bama's a three loss period. And again, it's not even just that they lost. It's freaking, 21 points to Georgia last night and then throttled by Florida State. No, they should not be in.
And Oklahoma loss at home.
See, Billy May says FanDuel has the first round games listed to bet already. There's still a disclaimer saying they aren't officially scheduled yet, but I don't think they would release this without inside information. Bama, Indy, in, Miami out from what this says. Interesting. Very interesting.
I don't think that's like the outlier, but I mean, that's a good sign.
I can't see allowing Miami in when their conference championship and runner-up aren't in. That's from Jared Jones. David Carson, they want to see love for Heisman, one more game. But the Heisman's next weekend, I think. So it would be announced. Yeah, it'll be announced before the first game's kickoff.
Yeah, I think it's going to go to Mendoza.
Carlos Santiago says, did you see Rico Flores is back in transfer portal? Do we give him a look again? Was dumb that he transferred anyways. I agree with it being dumb that he transferred anyways. I don't think he'll get another chance at Notre Dame. I just don't think that he left a good taste in the way that he left. Not to mention the fact that, quite frankly, we are loaded at receiver next year. Loaded. Not to mention any potential transfer portal guys that come in. But I think next year's receiver core, with the new guys, with the guys like Great House, hopefully Faison, and Cam Williams is one of my personal favorites. Logan Saldate, those kind of guys. Micah Gilbert. I mean, we are KK Smith. Yep. We are loaded at receiver next year. So all the best to Rico. He should not come back. Brian Campbell says, when Miami or Bama comes in at 10, we're going to be on edge. Yeah, no sugar. Let's see, Stacey York, commercial break, and then they start the reveal. I hope so, because this is killer. Indy will be in. The question will be if Miami jumps one above Bama. That's from George Elder. Rich Dutcher says Indiana's defense is scary. Yeah, one thing I like about their defense is they just go balls to the wall on every play. They are the push up front. The secondary is locked in. They play a lot of man, and they're physical, big, and fast. So very, very good defense. And then Mendoza obviously probably will win the Heisman, unfortunately. Yeah. I think J-Love has a very good chance of being the runner-up, and I think he'll get a lot of first place votes. I do think Mendoza's going to win it just because of what he did last night in the championship game, and they want to further kind of stick the knife into our backs that the conference championship game means a lot to them, which I think is just silly time. Bobby Mitchell, Boise State's how to win is a big one for us too. Win over a 9-4 conference championship. Yep. And it wasn't like that game was super close.
No.
I think we won by two or three touchdowns.
Yeah, and the only score that Boise got was off that trick play lateral pass from their running back to their tight end. So
here comes another little
Commercial.
hype man and type deal showing
Dante Moore.
Dante
It's
Moore.
the same ad that they've ran the last couple weeks.
It is kind of cool though with the gold
Oh, yeah,
kind of
yeah,
highlight
it's really
things,
cool.
kind of neat. Heisman voting cuts off at 5 p.m. today. Pretty sure it's going to be Mendoza after that win. Yeah, that's from Amber Sullivan. Good point, Amber. No sugar made me LOL.
I don't remember saying that.
Final prediction. This is from Nick Mancheri, although ESPN make me nervous. 9 Notre Dame, Oklahoma at 8 on Friday, 12-19. The winner playing. Oh, God. If we play in at the actual Rose Bowl, I will sell a kidney, maybe my heart if needed. Yeah. We got to get there because Nate and I got to go to the Rose Bowl in 20. Yeah, there's that good stuff.
Nate. From the Rose Bowl.
Yeah, we got to go to that Rose Bowl game. I've always told him if we get to the Rose Bowl, we're going. And sure enough, 2020, the game was played in 2021. We played Bama. We went, but it wasn't in LA. It wasn't in Pasadena. It was in freaking Dallas, Texas at Jerryland. Yeah. Let's see. Miami 9, Indy 10, Alabama 11. I could see that. That's kind of where I'm at, Buck.
I don't think they'll put us at 10. I'd be shocked.
I got 2 kids and a wife to sell also from LG as a track. All right, here we go. Looks like they are actually going to release. Incredible. If Indy, let's see, Chad Fellers, if Indy gets left out, there's going to be a revenge tour starting with whatever bowl they play in and continue on next season. They'll beat the hell out of every team they play. Yeah, I mean, okay, here we go. Looks like we're getting started. Oh, they're going 1 and down. That's interesting. So Indiana's the number 1 seed.
You get a first round bye. Obviously.
So Indiana coming in with the 1 seed. If you guys are just joining us, they are announcing now they're starting from 1 and working their way down. That's kind of an interesting one. Usually you start at the higher seeds, but let's get in and out of here quicker than we thought. And Indiana deserves number 1. There's no way. There's no doubt about it. Brian Campbell, they're going with the buys probably first. Yeah, it seems that's what they're looking at here.
Probably be Georgia next.
Probably. Number 2, we're guessing will be Georgia. Let's see. Yeah, wow. Ohio State number 2. Wowzers.
That's
alrighty then. Interesting. They were buying into the hype with announcing 1 first. Yeah, that's from Brianna Rocco. Good point. Yeah, it's got to be Georgia, got to be Georgia at 3. Got to be Georgia at 3.
Yeah, and then
that's really interesting. I mean, it's a good point. Ohio State's been dominant all year. This kicker misses the field goal to pretty much lose the game for them. But gosh, I think Georgia is. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. They still get a bye. Let's see what we got here. So Ohio State 1. I'm sorry, Indiana 1. Ohio State 2.
Georgia 3. Probably.
It's got to be Georgia 3. I'm just gonna go ahead and mark it in here because I'm pretty sure.
3.
Rich Dutcher says they'll put in more commercials before we find out about Indy. Probably, and it's going to irritate the heck out of me.
Yeah, Georgia.
Yep, Georgia at 3. That's crazy. 1 Indiana, 2 Ohio State, 3 Georgia. That really surprised me. I thought it was going to be Georgia then Ohio State, but that whatever. Stacey York with a puke face. Yeah, I agree. They valued OSU loss better than Georgia win. That could be a sign in our favor, I think, with the way they did that. They're honoring that loss to Indiana. Late minute comment here from Matt Humsey, I don't think Miami jumps this after being on the outside looking in. Most likely Bama gets left out. Indy, Oklahoma first round rematch with Indiana second round.
I'm going 4 here. It's probably going to be
Georgia.
No,
Oregon.
Texas Tech.
Oh yeah, duh.
Probably.
So we're on number 4. Nate's thinking it's the big. Yep, Texas Tech. Number 4. All right.
I feel like they're gonna take a break right now. When
Probably.
I announce the.
I may have to take a break if they do that because I am so nervous. I am having a urine issue. There's Texas Tech, Lubbock. They knew. I mean, they were either gonna be 3 or 4.
Yeah. I guess they could have fallen to 5. But
Yeah.
That would have been crazy.
They really did handle BYU. That BYU shouldn't even be in the conversation at this point.
They handled BYU twice.
Twice, yeah, and I think maybe more dominant yesterday.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, Oregon's going to be 5. I think there's no doubt about that.
Dante Moore.
Dante Moore.
Dante
Moore, former Notre Dame commit. If you remember.
If you know, you know.
Stacey York said, "I feel like I'm going to puke." I couldn't agree more. Puke and other bodily fluid movements because I got to. Yeah. Thank you, Red Raiders from Patty McCormick. I hope you're right, Patty. Hope you're right. Oregon. Brian Campbell says 6 will be A&M, 7 will be Ole Miss, 8 will be Oklahoma, and then hopefully the Irish in at 9 or 10. I don't really care which, but just do the right thing, girls. Travis Bliss, I just don't see how Alabama gets considered with 3 losses, no matter how good the losses, because it's Alabama. It's Alabama. I mean, it's the Saban factor. He works for the dang network. You know he's influential with the network. I hate to have to say this, but he's the GOAT of this era for sure. And he's got a lot of pull still. So number 6, thinking it's gonna be A&M. Let's see, we're waiting on number 6. Rich says, "Screw it, I need a drink." Connor Ahern, we think the Irish will come in at 9. That kind of seems to be the common theme here.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa. Ole Miss, number 6.
That's a bad sign for Texas, for any last hope that they had, because if they had put A&M at 6, they would have had
an
outside chance.
All right, so 7, I guess, is almost a guarantee is going to be A&M, right? They're moving pretty quick here. I got to give them a little bit of credit. I thought they were going to drag this thing out, which is not helpful at all.
Only half an hour in, and they've revealed.
This is way faster than last year.
Yeah. Well, last year was the first time they've ever done something.
Good point. Good point. So number 7, A&M. Yep, as we expected.
We're on ESPN right now. Channel.
Yeah, ESPN, just regular old ESPN. They got the bracket pulled up. They should make a new rule. If your coach switches schools before they play, your team is out. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, and that's actually one of the things they said factors in is if there's a missing coach or a missing player that would potentially,
Where are they having this A&M watch party at?
Looks like a cafeteria at a senior facility. Might be. F you guys, man. Are we on 8?
Yeah, so
8's
probably Oklahoma.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Watch them slow down as we get to final slots. Yeah, they will.
Got to build up anticipation.
Oklahoma, number 8. Here we go, boys.
Fingers crossed.
And girls.
Drum roll. Oh, wait, not yet. They got to show Oklahoma's highlights against Missouri. Ooh.
Missouri Tech and
scary.
Walford and Betham Cook. Moment of truth is here, says Troy Meehan. Yeah, absolutely. This is truly the moment of truth, boys and girls. OU is at 8.
All right, drum roll.
Come on. There we go, guys. We're waiting on number 9. They're really dragging this out right here.
It's no commercial.
You suckers.
Nothing happened. They're just
Hail Mary full of grace. That's from Brianna Rocky. Yeah, if you have your
rosary.
Oh my gosh, I don't even have my cross on. That's terrible. James Nash definitely think they put OU at 8, ND at 9, Bama at 10, Miami at 11, BYU at 12. We shall see. Here we go.
Hopefully. Yeah, here we go.
Damn it.
Why is Bama 9?
That's not good.
It's our last chance.
This is it right here, guys. This is literally it. That is unbelievable.
That's horrible.
That is unbelievable. I don't like it. I do not like it. It's literally either Miami or Notre Dame now. That's trash.
I don't get that.
They lost by 3 touchdowns in their last game, got blown out by FSU, and they're in. Come on, 3 losses, and Bama's in. That right there is the Saban factor. It's insane. Brian Campbell says no bad vibes. Yeah, I'm not liking this at all, guys. Here we go. How does Bama stay at 9? Yeah, this is -3 rush yards.
We had more rushing yards than them yesterday.
Yeah, exactly. Pathetic, says Al. Uh-oh, he was ahead of us.
Now we're basically back where we started. There's one spot left in terms of at-large teams, and it almost certainly is going to be Miami or Notre Dame. So, number 10.
Damn it! They screwed us, guys. They absolutely screwed us. That is an absolute joke. The College Football Playoff Committee is pathetic bunch of losers.
That's just going against
everything. Literally everything they set up is full of crap. That is an absolute absurd.
And honestly, fuck ESPN for doing this, showing Notre Dame highlights right after.
Yeah, no,
That's
that
ridiculous.
Is absolute insanity. We just got absolutely hosed. Bavakwa and Freeman need to go on a hate tour. Of course, we're going to be 11. Who cares at this point? Well, actually, no. Yeah, it's crazy. Crazy.
13.
There is literally no reason that we should be dropping right now. That is absolutely insane. Wow. There's got to be some way that they pay for this move, because that is absolute trash. I can even understand Miami getting in, but Bama over Notre Dame is absolute trash. Wow. I don't even know what to say, guys.
I mean, under that logic, why is Florida State not in? Why is Florida State not in?
Bobby Schultz says decline bowl invite. That's not going to happen.
No, honestly, at this point, we shouldn't play the game.
Well,
we should not play the game.
They're going to play the game. There's no way they wouldn't, but it's just...
It's ridiculous. That should not happen.
Absolutely horrible, guys. Exactly. They're actually speaking truth now out of nowhere. I am sick to my stomach right now and don't even know what to say. Too many opt-outs, not worth the...
Yeah, there's no reason to play the game.
You're probably right. And
no, because unfortunately, half the team that would play is not the team you see next year.
Yes.
Kenny Minchie's not going to start. CJ Carr's not going to start, and Kenny Minchie's not starting next year.
And I think it just depends on what game it is, where,
it's the Pop-Tart. It's the Pop-Tart Bowl. It's the Pop-Tart Bowl against BYU. I guarantee it.
Yeah, that would be terrible. I'm looking at this thinking it's a dream, because that's...
nightmare.
Wow. Bama loses 3 games, 2 blowouts, 1 blowout their last game with negative rushing yards, and they're in the college football playoffs at number 9.
And they lost to Oklahoma, and you're going to have them have a rematch in a neutral site? What sense does that make?
Patty McCormick makes a good point here. Conference reps on the committee collude the Soviet judges during Cold War Olympics. Yeah, this is shocking. Yeah. Oh, Tulane. Sure. Cool. Why not? This is a punch in the gut from Abraham Gallegos. Conference games are the hardest game, and y'all don't have any. Then why did Bama? If that's the case, then Bama shouldn't be in, because they got destroyed in their conference game.
Yeah.
ESPN SEC bias joke. Tulane another effing joke. I don't care about. At this point, I don't care about anybody past number 10, because we just got absolutely hosed.
I'm genuinely shocked.
Yeah.
Like there's no reason we should not be in this. We can beat any team in this.
Yeah, 100%.
And I thought before yesterday we couldn't beat Ohio State. No, we'd beat Ohio
Mark
State.
Amato says it's a travesty this team doesn't get a chance to play in this. Too many opt-outs. BS. Brian Tomeko. This is BS. So Bama gets a pass on the Florida State loss, but Notre Dame loses by 3 on the road in week 1. Does not. That's from Brian. JMU. Yeah, it's just Literally doesn't even matter. It's time to join a conference, says Mitchell Peter. I still disagree. What needs to
That's
happen
what
is
they're
some.
trying to do.
Yeah, that's right. They're trying to force us to join a conference, which is exactly why we don't join a conference. F Bama. Yeah, this is. Bama's going to get beat. I don't care who they play. They're going to get destroyed, and I am going to be so happy when they do. That is some straight BS. Herb Street even made a comment last night that ESPN makes their bread and butter in the SEC. Yep. Head-to-head means that much. I'll be waiting for ND to be awarded the 93 title ASAP. Seriously. Yeah, it's time to print the shirts. Notre Dame is now the 1993 national champions. We're going to claim it. I mean, everybody else claims their championships.
I feel like it would sting even more if they put BYU as the first team out. Oh, it's us. Cool.
You think, Reese Davis, it has to be good. He says it has to be gut-wrenching for them. You think? First team out, Notre Dame. Unbelievable. We got hosed.
Yep, it's Notre Dame and BYU in the Pop-Tart Bowl. Get your tickets now. Kenny Minchie versus whatever backup.
No, they'll bring their whole squad out because that's going to be their Super Bowl. No reason to play the bowl game. Arkansas should fire their useless athletic director with cause today. I would not allow that at my university. They all need an investigation, but we all saw the SEC bias in full force today. Not good. People on the committee, as usual, it's about character, and they have none. I couldn't agree more. Somebody got paid in that deal because there's no reason Bama should be in this freaking thing. Yeah, Hugo just agrees with me. Hugo Martinez, somebody got paid. Nope, we're first team out. Tim Finnegan out. If I'm ND, I refuse to go to a bowl game.
Yeah, there's no reason to play in it. No reason.
Aren't you choosing the best teams at the end of the year? Why would they choose Alabama? I agree with the comments about ESPN and trying to force us into a conference. That's a good point. FNBS, JMU, and Tulane are basic buys. Yep.
Who do they even play?
Who cares?
Ole Miss and Oregon?
Well, that ends my support for NCAA college football playoffs. I'll see you boys at the Blue Gold game.
I mean, there's no reason to watch.
It was planned for Bama. That's why they bumped above us last week. Yeah, it kind of seems that's how this whole thing was scripted. And again, there was money exchange. There's no doubt about it. This has collusion written all over it. And I just can't wait to get my phone and see all the idiots talking smack. It's gonna be great. I'm devastated from Abraham Gallego. So am I. Jason King, Miami's gonna lose to Texas A&M. Yep, sure are. Probably pretty badly. I just don't think Miami's very good after. Yeah, now. Javier Diaz, the committee is forcing AD to get into a conference. Bama is BS. Scripted indeed. Farce. Yeah, we could go on and on about this. It's just this makes federal elections look legit. That Uva game could have screwed us. The corrupt committee members had to make room for the one ACC team. Maybe, but again, Bama has no business being in there. Coach Laura, Alabama at 9. You've got to be kidding me. Yeah, that's CAP really burns my ash. I'm not sure that I'm ready for ash strokes yet. Sandra Lynn Leone. Also, by the way, we hear over and over that a loss at the beginning of the year is not the same at the end. So Alabama, yeah, it's just that game last night. They don't deserve a New Year's Six bowl game, much less the college football playoffs. All right. Well, there's not a whole lot left to say, guys. Let's feel free to comment and stuff in the comments, and we'll try to. I mean, there's not a whole lot to really even talk about at this point. We'll see what happens. What bowl game they do get invited to, if they accept it. If they do accept it, who's going to play? I would like to think that they would still run the starters out there, those who don't declare already. But you can almost guarantee we've seen our last game with J11, a gold helmet, Jadarian Price possibly as well. Malachi Fields, I don't think will play in the bowl game. Will Pauling, maybe. Will Pauling will probably play. Reardon will play in the bowl game, I think. You probably won't be rushing back Greathouse or Jags or Strouth. So yeah, it would be definitely a very different looking team. But anytime Notre Dame's playing blue gold practice, doesn't matter. I'm watching. But we'll see. We'll see what Bavacqua and Freeman want to do. Maybe they're gonna make a stand and say this is ridiculous. I know they're gonna make a stand, and I'm gonna be waiting on pins and needles to see what Coach Freeman and Bavacqua have to say in the next couple hours here. It's gonna be interesting. But yeah, I'm kind of tired of even looking at this and talking about this because it really is.
And hearing Saban, talk about how Alabama gets in and how it's so deserving, even though they had less rushing yards than Notre Dame, and Notre Dame didn't have a carry yesterday.
All right, well, sorry that this happened this way, guys. Especially sorry to the players. The players and the coaches don't deserve this. They deserve much better than somebody in the committee getting paid off and putting Bama in the freaking playoffs. So I'm sorry to the players, the families of the players, because you guys deserve better than this. So next year, the bowl game opponent next year, every team they play, buckle up, baby, because Freeman doesn't take losing, doesn't take cheating like this lightly, and I think it's going to be a rough time for anybody we play. So with that, we'll see you guys at some other point. We'll when they announce the bowl game, we'll probably jump on next week and talk about it. We'll let the news play out this week and what's been said, what's not said. But what's done is done. They screwed us, and we'll just have to hopefully get in next year and prove everybody wrong. So with that, appreciate you guys watching. Appreciate you guys hanging out. This little therapy session turned into. We'll see you guys in a couple weeks, hopefully, or in a week or so. Go Irish.